Anyway, I was dating left, right and center. It was really good time, good fun. I was making sure that I was doing what men would do. Most men are like, you know, they have 3-4 people on the go who they're texting and dating, and you're busy waiting for one person. And I think that's where women make mistakes. It's kind of like just dating one person at a time and just waiting for them. And I learned real quick that men are not waiting on you, they are just dating. So why might as well just do the exact same thing? So that's what I started to do. I started to do a lot of dating. I started dating. Hi guys, this is just to get to know me. I think I'm just gonna make it as easy and fun. I'm doing my makeup. I have no idea how to do makeup. My son's in the background, so you will be hearing him as I talk. Sometimes he tries to mimic me because he's learning how to talk. So I don't know how to do makeup, so it's not a makeup tutorial. I'm just using my e.l.f. Halo Glow because I'm going out tonight. Anyway, today, this afternoon, we're going out. And so basically I met my partner, my now partner, on Tinder. Yes, Tinder of all places. You know, Tinder would be a place where you think you can't meet. Well, I did. But get from that point to that point, there is a whole big story in between. So I promised myself after I got out of my marriage, that was 8 years, that I would rather poke myself in the eyes with hot irons than ever, and I mean ever, be with a man again. No, that hell that I went through, I was never going to go through it again. So I saw a counselor and he told me I really need to heal and get over that. But it took me a good 10 years, yes, 10 years before I ever opened up again to anybody, 10 years. So what I did was I focused a lot on my daughter and my work. And I was happy. That was enough for me. I could go to you know, dinners with people, with couples, and I felt just fine. And I'm serious, I felt just fine. I loved being alone. I loved just doing my own thing. I loved my independence. I loved using my money. I loved sleeping at home in peace, you know. And I used to get like, you know, people, as we got to that age, because I'm now 46, almost 47, you do find between, if you got married, and some people start to break up. Not always, but, you know, so you get, so, but my friends were all married, and I was out, but I still enjoyed it, still went out, and it was good. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed those years. I'm enjoying these in a different way. But those 10 years were amazing. I really got time to be with me. Although I did have my daughter, I really got that time to be with me. And it was really nice, really exciting, really, you know, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I really did. So you can even see the smile on my face when I'm saying it. Because my ex-partner put me through hell, which I'm not going to talk about because it's in the past. So what caused me to go on to these dating sites? I'll say dating sites, although I met Dave on Tinder, I was on dating sites. So my daughter went into high school. I will be looking at, because I'm trying to find my makeup stuff, so I'm trying to find my concealer. So yeah, she went into high school. I think it was the second year in high school. Second year? I think second year in high school. No, I've got two considerations. It was the second year in high school, I think, somewhere around there. Do you know, I hate this when my things open and it's just all over the place. I'm gonna have to find another container for that. Sorry. Anyway, sorry. So that's gonna have to go in there. It was the second year, probably second year, first year, second year, I don't know. But what happened was my daughter was getting more involved with her friends, so she had more time to be with friends, and I suddenly found myself alone. You know, some of your friends can only go out with you so many times. They've got their own families and things to do. So it got to the point where one day I was at work on my laptop, computer. We didn't have laptops. And my son. And I just decided I'm gonna start dating. Just like that. That's what I said. I'm just gonna start dating. But I had no idea where I was gonna start. So I went home, got my laptop and started to do a bit of digging. Big mistake I did first was I went on the worst dating site ever. If you have any other website that's worse than this, please let me know. But this one, yeah, I'm just doing whatever. Like I said, I'm not a makeup person, so I'm just doing whatever flows. That was the worst for me. I mean, I have never, ever in my million years, 1 second, I've just done this out because I had to do this and deal with my son at the same time. Like I said, he'll be stopping me. Nothing I can do about that. So the worst web dating website that I have been on. I'm sure there are worse ones. I don't know if there are, but yeah, okay. I went on one of the worst web dating. So let me try and get there now. So the dating website that I went on, big mistake. It was called Plenty of Fish. So I don't know about whether it still exists, but dear God. Well, that was like one of the first ones, and first and last time I went on that website. I had one date from there, and the guy turned up drunk on my date. So that was promising. Yes, he turned up drunk on the date. Honest to God. Anyhow, I soon ran off that website because some of the things the guys were sending me, the messages, and you can't even block those messages. You can block the person, but not before they send you a message. Whereas I liked Tinder, you could just you have to swipe first, so you can decide who you want to hear from. Otherwise you get these clowns talking to you and you don't want to talk to them, and then they send you shit but you block them straight away. So I just couldn't cope with the Plenty of Fish. It was just doing me. So what do I do next? I don't know why I went on that one. I don't even know why. Do you know, guys, I don't even know why I went on Plenty of Fish. I mean, really, I know maybe it's because I heard there was a friend of mine who met somebody on there, and yes, that was why. Yes, a friend of mine that I know met someone and married the guy on Plenty of Fish. So it happens, just like it happened for me in Tinder. It happens, but it didn't happen for me, and I got that site just made me weary. It just made me weary. It was just hard work. The guys were just out there saying whatever the F they want. So I decided to go on to what I thought would be a more laid back, better guys on there. And that was eHarmony. Look, no disrespect to eHarmony, and yes, again, people have met, but I noticed one trend, one thing that happened as I started to go on these websites was that you could find the exact same men on all of them. So just the same as me, you know, going on all of them, you find the other men going on all of them. So that was the case. So I go on eHarmony, and eHarmony is a very slow process. You got to put in what you like, what you do. So they kind of like match you. It's supposed to be scientific, but me, it takes too long. And I didn't want anyone somewhere all the way in New York. I'm not for long distance relationships. I need to see the person. I need to know we gel, and I need to see them. I don't want this somebody I'm phoning and FaceTiming and he's never coming, or he comes after 3 years. I am not for that. You know, it works for some people, it don't work for me. I'm not really good with that. I'm not patient with stuff like that. I'm really not patient with that. So that was just a no-no for me. So I decided to go on to eHarmony, and I matched with a guy who was actually quite local. Yes, so I matched with some guy. He was quite young, so it was kind of maybe a red flag, but I was just going to date. I mean, I was 39, I think, at the time, and he was 26. So I just thought, okay, let me try. 39, 40, somewhere there, because I got divorced around 30. I got married too young, 28, 22. Anyway, so we met, and we met and it was a nice date. Okay, so at least he wasn't drunk. Let me say that he was not drunk. Anyway, we get to this. I meet this guy online. He sets up a date. I go for my second date. The second date with no drunk. At least he wasn't drunk. He was young, but he wasn't drunk. We had a really good time, talk, chat, blah, 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 blah. And it turned to a second date and a third date. And then we would see each other off and on. So it didn't really stick. And I decided to properly break it up because it wasn't going anywhere. I was 39, going on to 40. And I wasn't having time for games. I'm not there for a 26-year-old's fantasy, you know, especially if it's not serious. Plus, religious and race was not working. So I was not having time for it. So I had to break that up. I had to break it up. I had to be, you know, quite serious about it. Then I got off eHarmony, and I never really met anyone else after that on eHarmony. I may have, I don't remember. I did date a lot of people, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I dated a lot. I won't remember all of them. So after eHarmony, I went on to Match.com, which seemed to be a little bit of a better side. A little bit of a better side. I say a little bit. Because as I say, as you constantly go on, you start to meet the same people. So I met some few guys. So I had about 3 or 4 dates on there. Only problem there is that I still had to deal with people who were messaging me, and I didn't like it. You know, some people I just don't want to talk to them. You know, I just didn't want to talk to them. So I decided. So I wanted to find something else. So I came across Tinder. Tinder was on my app, my phone app, and I read about it, and I heard about it. I'd seen it being advertised before and stuff like that. So I decided to give it a try. I went on the first day and went off within an hour because it freaked the F out of me. It really did. But a week later, I got some courage again, and I started again. But what I did different this time, I just decided to let go of all expectations. I lowered I decided I'm not gonna care. I'm not really looking for a relationship anymore. I'm just looking to go out there and see how it goes. And that was it. And I think just releasing that allowed me to really have fun. And that was the beginning of my fun. I must admit, I had a blast on Tinder. It sounds weird to say, but I did. I had a blast. I did. So I started, you know, I'd gone on those dates, and then they'd fade out, or that I would break the dates. And I realized also on a few dates on Tinder that, you know, the guy would just disappear, or then he'll appear and then he'll disappear. And I thought, to hell with this. No, to hell with this. I am going to start doing exactly what they do. So what I would do, I'll go on a date on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So I would book myself on different dates with people. Different days with people. I got a message. I would book myself. So guys, I'm in the car and I'm trying to actually finish this story. My son's asleep. Well, I'll be breaking it up. I got broken up because I had to do some stuff for him. Anyway, I was dating left, right, and center. It was really good time, good fun. I was making sure that I was doing what men would do. Most men are like, you know, they have 3-4 people on the go who they're texting and dating, and you're busy waiting for one person. And I think that's where women make mistakes. It's kind of like just dating one person at a time and just waiting for them. And I learned real quick that men are not waiting on you, they are just dating. So I might as well just do the exact same thing. So that's what I started to do. I started to do a lot of dating. I started dating like so I'm just looking at the cars going past because I'm waiting for someone to open the gate for me. Yeah, so it was really like interesting, because I made sure that I was really like proper dating. So I even made a mistake of kind of like texting the wrong guy the wrong thing and time, because they were both, I was talking to them at the same time. It was quite funny. Even my daughter was laughing at me, and even my friends, they were having a, you know, my friends were so supportive. It was so good, because they were like really happy for me that I was doing this and dating, and I was seemed to have fun. So I really made sure that I was having fun, I was dating, I wasn't pinning my hopes on any man, you know. And that was really nice and quite freeing, because that's what can happen, is you can pin your hopes on one guy on one good day, and then you get disappointed, you know, because that person is at their best, they're presenting their best. So you don't really know for sure if they are who they're saying they are. They just can be pretending that they are this person. You got to know them first before you even commit your heart. Don't even open your heart to any single person. Don't ever do that, you know. Don't, until you are sure, until you've had the chat together. Otherwise you are just dating, you're both just dating, you owe nobody, neither of you owe any of you anything. So what that did for me, it started to make me quite aware of a certain thing. There was a certain pattern of things that I would just swipe left to. You know, there was some really weird stuff that went on. Like, for example, I don't know about the fish thing, you know, men holding fish. I didn't get a memo about the fish, so I didn't understand it. You know, there would be men holding these fish in their pages, and I just didn't get it. So a man would be swiped, I would swipe left, no matter how cute the person was. If you're holding a fish, there's something up with you, because I don't get what the fish is about, or whether it's supposed to mean something. So you're obviously following some weird kind of trends. So I ain't not having that fish nonsense. So I just get rid of those real quick. I also used to swipe left to people who were basically, what can I say, you can tell. So they're in a group, the photos in a group, and then maybe there's 2 people, and then they're in a group, and you can never tell which one it is. It's usually the ugly one of the 2. But someone without an individual picture was a no, you know. Don't even fall for that. And then the other thing that I used to find a lot about men is they lie about their height. Height is a thing. I guess they feel pressured by females to be 6 foot something, 6'2", 6 foot odd, you know. I don't know. And females feel they need to be slimmer. Anyway, I'm going to take a break because David's getting in the car, so I'll talk back again. So yeah, I'm back in the car. Kara's gone out with his dad, and I just thought I would have a quick more, you know, try and finish, not finish, but just keep on trying to say what I was trying to say. So I just felt like people were pressured to be taller, or women are pressured to be slimmer, and so it's like a pressure thing. So people kind of tell fibs in order for them to go out, hoping that when they meet the person will be forgiving and they'll fall in love with their personality. It's hardly likely. It's hardly likely, you know. The person will be quite devastated and disappointed that you lied. So I would prefer to have someone who was 5'9", 5'8", and 5'11", being honest, than somebody who's saying they're 6'4" when they're 5'9". Do you understand? So, and what really got me is that the thing is, I am a tall girl. I'm tall. I'm really tall. So it's not gonna even be a question. From the minute you see me, you will know. I will know. I'll probably tower over most of them anyway. And so it's not even like I'm 6 foot this. You can't argue with me because I will know because I am tall. I'm very tall. I used to wear heels. I don't now because of Cairo, and I don't want, to fall with my son, but I wear heels. I wore heels, and I am tall, and I have no problem dating someone who is a little bit shorter. Not 5'3", of course, because it's a bit harder that way, but I mean 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", it's not tiny. It's not tall for a man, but it's nothing wrong with it. I mean, my ex-partner was 5'9", and it doesn't matter. So it never bothered me because I spent my life always towering over everyone. At school, I was always at the back of the pictures, the one at the back, with the tall girls. There were only a few of us, but I was tall. I am tall. I have a 36 inch leg. So yeah, I'm tall. So you cannot fool me. And sometimes you can't really guess, the way they take the picture, so you have to wait and see. And quite a few guys weren't what they said they were. We never really went on much after that because I found that people who lie in the beginning tend to lie anyway, and they don't feel remorse for lying, even if it's for a small thing, which I think is a bit of a problem because they won't mind telling lies about something small, thinking it's okay. Then they get brave and they tell bigger lies. So that's just a no for me. There were a few guys who were very tall, but I also found that very tall men are very into themselves. One of the guys was really, really not even interested. His eyes were just basically roaming when I was talking. I'm like, this guy's not even listening to me. Do you know what? I'm not doing this. They were very nice guys. No, some of them. So like I said, I started to, as I dated more people, I started to decide and see what I liked and what I didn't like. And that was really good for me because I started to choose differently. It was around about probably September, October time. I don't know now, 6-7 years ago. And I decided that no, I don't want this and I want this. So I started picking differently. I would read someone's profile. I would get a sense of what they were, looking at their pictures, and then go on a date with them and then see or not whether I would go for a third or second date. And I found that the more I started to choose differently, these guys were even better at keeping in touch. And I met a guy. So my first proper relationship from Tinder was on Tinder basically. And I met this guy and he was really, 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 really nice. No, he was good. He was really good to me. But just prior to that, I had met David. I'd matched with David, and he sent me like a whole nice, kind of like intro, who he was, asked me questions, and I just answered like quite uninterested. But I was talking to someone else at the time, so he didn't bother, and I kind of like unmatched with him after that because we didn't progress. And I had kind of like started to put my attention on this other guy because he was obviously giving me those vibes, so you're always going to go with somebody who is kind of like interested, making the effort, saying, so we're going to go out. So he took me out. We had our first date. It was amazing. It was really good. We went out again and again. And so what happened was he started to, and this is what I realized about people who want to date you. They will occupy your time. They won't give space for other men to come in. So he didn't give me time to keep on swiping, swiping. So would go out, would do things, he would phone, he would, would talk, would connect. So yeah, he started. And so we became kind of like official. So every weekend we knew what we were doing, we were together and all that stuff. So we came and he says, oh, are we boyfriend, girlfriend? Say, yeah. So whatever. So it was good. So for a good, September, October, November, around there, around to about that time, it was okay. It was all right. But I started to pick up things about him. He wasn't nasty or anything. It was really good. But I realized that he hadn't actually got properly over his ex because she was always coming up in conversation. And I was beginning to get the feeling that he was still fancying her, still wanted her, but trying very hard to be with me. And I don't want you to try hard to be with me. So it happened one particular weekend where I just felt, no, this guy is not over his ex. I can feel it. And as sad as it makes me feel, because I really did like that guy at the time, I don't now, I thought this is going to be really hard for me. Should I continue? Should I whatever? And most of the time I usually don't take advice from people, only because when I make a decision, I want to make it with my own clear head, and I don't want regrets. I do that quite a lot, because if I get too many inputs from people, I don't make the decision because I start doubting what I think I should do. So I decide on my own, okay, I'm going to do this. And I really do. So I thought about it after the weekend. He phoned me and texted me, and he was also kind of being iffy. So you can sense the atmosphere. And I thought by Thursday, I sent him a message. I said, are you available to talk? And it's like, oh, that's a bit cryptic. I said, not really. I'll talk to you properly as soon as you can have time. He says, okay, I can phone you at such and such a time. I don't remember what time it was. And he phoned, and I said, you know what, I think you're a really great guy, and I think I'm a really great person, but I don't feel that I got you at the right space and time, and I feel that you still are into your girlfriend, and it's causing you to give me mixed signals. So I don't know whether or not I can keep on being in a place or relationship where I feel like I'm competing with somebody who's not even there. I mean, the woman had moved on, but he hadn't, and he needed therapy. And I wasn't his therapist, because what was going to happen was I was like a rebound probably. So once he got over that, he'll probably get over me, you know. So I thought, I'm out of here. So I did. I broke up with him, and it was very, very hard. I must admit, that was one of the hard breakups as well for me, because I had really invested in this. 3 months was an investment. And he had put also so much to make me believe that he was the guy. So I was really kind of hurt. And when I was at uni at the time, I was doing part-time uni with a friend of mine. She was like, would you go back? I said, go back. No, I won't go back. And she says, well, I said, never. No, I'm never going back. This guy doesn't really need me in his life. What I need is somebody who is 100% committed over his ex, and blah, blah, blah. Went out with some friends and just decided to keep on dating. So she says, and I dated like soon after, even though it wasn't a date to find someone. It was a date to get my mind off him, and it didn't really, that first date, it was really, the guy wasn't mind-blowing. You see, the thing is, when somebody is mind-blowing, you stop thinking about the other one real quick. So that guy wasn't mind-blowing, but the second guy that came along, okay, I met him. The minute I met him, I was attracted to him and I liked him. So that was about the November, December, and I really liked him. We really clicked, and we went out. He made me meals, but it just wasn't the one that was gonna go beyond. I don't know what I can say. And I had a feeling from the beginning, because I even said to him, I don't think we are long term. And it's like, why did you say that? I said, your ex-wife is still phoning you, and there's a lot of things that I think you still need to work through. So we'll just be friends and, date here and there, but I'm not giving up my Tinder. And that's what I said. I'm not giving up my Tinder. So I would talk to people while I was still dating him, and he kind of accepted that that's what I'll be doing. And while I was dating this guy, I match up again with David. Oh my God, it was so funny. And I matched up with him in the following year. So just after my 40th birthday, I was turning 40 then. I'm 46, almost 47. Yeah, I turned 40. And I matched up with him again, and I told this guy that I was seeing, he was making me meals and stuff, and I was always honest with him, and I said, I'm chatting with this guy, and he's invited me to go out, so I'm gonna go out on the Thursday, hey, and I was joking with him, and I'm like, you know what, if this guy is the one, you will never see me again. It was so awful, and this was a joke, but it ended actually being true. I met David, went on my date, I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, he invited me out. So basically, he took me off the market like that, very quick. He gave me no chance, no time to keep on swiping. And that's what happens when you so it was just a fun story to tell, and whether it's interested to you or not, and whether you found any tips or anything. If you want to ask me anything, ask me. It was really good time, and I think you should have fun when you date. Don't take it too seriously, and the person, if you're supposed to meet, will come along, either online or offline. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's all for now. Bye.